Hello friends, today we are studying electrical machine 2 of subject code 3150910 in first unit named induction machine. Myself Kaushik Nasrana of electrical engineering department from Noble Group of Institute Junagadh. In this first unit we will see construction and working principle of three-phase induction motor. So in electric machine there are two different types like motor or a generator. First of all we will see what is motor. An electric motor is an electrical machine that converts electrical energy into mechanical energy. Most electric motors operate through the interaction between motor's magnetic field and electric current in a wire winding to generate force in a form of torque applied on the motor shaft. So here two basic main parts. First one, motor's magnetic field, and the second one, electric current. We give supply to the motor, electric current will flow and they interact with internal motor magnetic field, is that N pole S pole, right? In a generator, an electric generator is a device that converts mechanical energy obtained from an external source into electrical energy as the output. So simple, motor gives mechanical energy as an output, generator gives electrical energy as an output. In induction motor, first of all, we will see construction of induction motor. So, construction divided into two parts. The parts which are stationary during the operation is known as stator. Right? Stationary parts are known as stator. There are four main parts: stator frame, core, winding, and end cover. Rotor also consists of four parts. Right? Part which are rotating during the operation is called rotor. So rotor core, winding, end ring and slip ring, shaft, bearing, these are the parts of rotor. So induction motor divided into two parts: stator or a stationary part, rotor or a rotational part. In stator, first we will see stator frame, or we can say yoke or a outer body. It made up from cast iron or a aluminium alloy, and its function provide housing and support to stator core, stator winding, end cover and terminal box. Also it provides protection and mechanical strength to all inner part from outer atmosphere and contact. Another one is stator core, which is made up from silicon steel. Okay, and provide housing to stator winding and to carry the alternating flux. It provides slot in which we can wound the stator winding. Lamination sheet are used to reduce eddy current losses. There are mainly two losses are there. First one is the eddy current loss and other one is the hysteresis loss. By using lamination, we can reduce eddy current loss, and by using high grade magnetic material, we reduce hysteresis loss. In stator winding, they are made up from copper, and its main function is to form an electromagnet, right? N pole, S pole, whatever single one polarity, and hence a rotating magnetic field is applying to three-phase AC supply. We give supply to stator is a stationary supply, but it convert it into rotating magnetic field. And final one is the end cover. It is made up from cast iron or aluminium alloy. The function of end cover is to provide a house to bearing on which shaft were placed, and it seals the motor's assembly. Okay, these are the parts of stator and its material and function. Now we will see rotor. So there are two types of rotor. One is slip ring rotor and one is squirrel cage rotor. Okay, we will see common points about slip ring and squirrel cage rotor. So rotor core made up from silicon steel material, and it provides housing to rotor winding and to carry the alternating flux. In rotor core, we will put a silicon steel material to provide housing a winding, right? Winding made up from copper. The next one, rotor winding is made up from copper, and its main function is to form an electromagnet and hence a rotating magnetic field on applying three-phase supply at stator side. Okay, it also develop a magnetic field. Stator has also his own magnetic field. Rotor also develop its own magnetic field. Now final end ring, copper or aluminum, whatever material are okay for end ring, and it made closed circuit of rotor winding by short circuit the rotor bar. Clear? This one is for the squirrel cage motor, and for slip ring motor, slip ring means conducting material, copper, aluminum, carbon, whatever. To make a closed circuit of rotor winding, it provides connection between rotating winding circuit and stationary outlet circuit. In slip ring induction motor, we are giving supply to stator as well as rotor. So to give us provide a supply to the rotor, we are using slip ring, right? Shaft, mild steel or alloy steel, provide housing to motor core and winding. Couple motor with driven equipment. This is a function of shaft. And last one is a bearing. These are made up from chrome steel, and it hold the rotor and keep it aligned steadily. Clear? These are the different part of stator and rotor. Now we will see working principle of induction motor. So how an induction motor works, right? We all know this working depends on the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. But how it works, we will see. In any motor, whether it is induction motor, synchronous motor or DC motor, motor rotates due to resultant torque produced as an interaction of two magnetic fields in the machine. Without the interaction, not a single motor work. So resultant of two interaction magnetic field are must for the rotation of the motor. So torque in the three-phase induction motor will produce due to interaction between synchronously rotating magnetic field, right, or we can say stator field of stator and magnetic field produced by the rotor. So both stator magnetic field and rotor magnetic field both are interact with each other, and motor will rotate. This to due to this two magnetic field, motor are rotate. So constant magnitude resultant flux is produced in stator winding. Okay, stator is a stationary part. So there are constant magnitude of flux are produced. They cross the air gap and cut the rotor conductor. When a three-phase supply is connected to the stator winding, stationary flux rotate in clockwise direction at a synchronous speed. So what is synchronous speed? A speed at which stator magnetic field align with rotor magnetic field, and it's given as 120 F by P, where F is frequency and P is equal to number of pole, and frequency is generally measured in RPM, revolution per minute. For simplicity, we can consider one conductor on the stationary rotor and a magnetic field moving clockwise as the effect as a conductor moving anti-clockwise in a stationary field, right? And as a stationary flux cut the rotor conductor, according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, EMF will produce in the conductor, right? How EMF produce? A stator flux cut by the rotor conductor, and due to the Faraday's law of mutual induction, the EMF will be induced in the conductor. Now how we can take a direction of this induced EMF? So from Fleming's right hand rule, motor we will use right hand rule, and for a generator we will use left hand rule. So in motor we will use right hand rule, to generate EMF coming out from the motor. So direction of rotor current will be same as the direction of rotor EMF. This is shown by the hand. The current in the rotor conductor produces its own magnetic field according to thumb rule, right? And the rotor field or rotor magnetic field produced in rotor circuit is due to induction, and this flux will interact with the main flux. Right, the direct direction of the force can be calculated by using Fleming left hand rule. Okay, and the force acting on the conductor is the same direction as the direction of the rotating magnetic field. The rotor conductor is in slot on the circumference of the rotor, and the force act in a tangential direction, right? Yeah, means vertical to the each other. So rotor develop a torque in a motor. Similarly, torque produced in all types of rotor conductor. Since the rotor is free to move, then it rotates in the same direction as the rotating magnetic field. Thus, three-phase induction motor is self-starting motor. Right? Thank you.